How do we predict and make money from the stock market in a way that few other people are actually doing? What edge or competitive advantage do we have that other people don't? Well, it's just very simple. We're plugged into a very comprehensive model of the global and now space even. So a comprehensive model of the entire economy with hundreds and thousands of different economic indicators that gives us a very broad picture of how things are performing on various asset classes, equities, but also on a more granular level on the performance of companies by looking at their financial statements, by looking at local kind of growth rates, things that are going on in different, metropolitan areas, things like that. We're able to have a very comprehensive edge by just having this comprehensive research, this comprehensive set of macroeconomic numbers and indicators that show us what's going on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. So by being plugged into the big picture, we have an edge over everybody else that doesn't really understand what's going on. Everyone else is just dollar cost averaging into an index fund. And they're looking around at the experts to see, what the experts think. Is this a good time? Is this a bad time? They're reading the press, the media, to give them an opinion of what they should be doing. So yeah, considering other people's opinions is very important. But what we're doing is we're the experts ourselves. We have our own opinion on the market because we're looking at the economic indicators ourselves. And we have a pulse, so we know ahead of time, before the press, before the media, before other funds, before pension funds and hedge funds and other governments even know what's going on. We're already plugged in because we can do economic research just like anyone else. Most of these numbers are just public data. You have to put them into a comprehensive model and you have to stay focused. You have to look at these numbers every single day. So that's what I do in my program. I've put together a complete economic dashboard with all the key numbers, and I prioritized it in terms of the most important things you need to be looking at. How are the real estate markets doing? How is the S&P 500 doing? How is global growth doing? What are the inflation rates? What is the money supply? How is the money supply acting right now? What about government spending? How is government spending in relation to all these other macroeconomic indicators? What about commodities? What about gold? What about different kind of asset classes? How are they compared in relation to, equities? What about different countries? How is Japan doing? How is Europe doing? How are their currencies compared to the United States? What about the cost of borrowing money? What about the bond markets? All these things have to be taken into account. And when you can look at this stuff at a glance, it's not necessarily a very complicated thing. It's just something that needs to be checked off and done. It's something that can be done every single day. You just jump in, you look at the dashboard, you look at the different numbers, and sometimes you spot something interesting. You're like, this is interesting. This changed so much. What is this? Then you dig in a little bit into that area and you're like, oh my God, there's a new development here. There's a new opportunity here that I never knew before. And when you're plugged into a community of different people that are also doing this economic research at the exact same time as you get a big edge and you could spot opportunities and develop a very powerful investment that no one else is taking advantage of.